In honor of Garden Warfare finally coming to Steam without a shitty EA subscription, I will be talking about this piece of art that only true men play. The game is a perfect balance of a 12v12, 12 zombies and 12 plants. Each side has 8 core variants and each side has one special character to unlock. But I'll get to that later. Character design is by far the best thing in the game. All of the variants are so broken in their own way and fun to use. Most characters. This game definitely has flaws, but I wouldn't say it's the game's fault. I have to play on other servers because no one in Australia plays real video games, it seems, but at least the ping isn't noticeable for the most part. In other games, you'll lag and drift everywhere, but in this game it's only noticeable when you do your abilities. This game also has a co-op mode, and I won't say it's bad, but the multiplayer is definitely superior. Just like Plants vs Zombies 1 and 2, there are waves of zombies. Instead of trying to get into your house though, try and break the point that you plant. I give this game a solid 7 out of 10. It's respectable. New variants mostly consist of elements such as electric and swamp, which just slows you down and isn't that bad to escape. Fire and toxic, the most annoying element in the fucking game because you can be across the map and as soon as you get shot once, oh, would you look at that, 6 minutes later you're dead to fire.
You are a worthless bitch ass nigga. Your life literally is as valuable as a summer ant. You serve no purpose in life. Your purpose in life is to be in my stream sucking on my dick daily.
Ice. Each side has 4 characters that came from Garden Warfare 1 and 3 newcomers. They normally do what the base variant does for most of the attacks, but they can get altered from time to time. Such as Pirate normally shooting a mini shotgun to a shitty toxic variant that shoots toxic sludge. It also has a long range shot that hits harder than an abuse case. The Pirate's abilities consist of a barrel that when you press the button, it go funny boom, so that's pretty fun. Bird drone that can shoot lasers and also send an air attack. A cannon turret that deals a lot of damage but leaves you completely immobile while a pea shooter runs at light speed towards you. Super Brains has a beam that does little damage but is okay sometimes, and on other variants very bad. He did have a good variant for long range lasers in Cosmic Brains, but it got nerfed into the fucking ground, so L. And some punches. Has a dirty flying kick that sends you very far when paired with a perfectly timed jump, and holy shit, this is the most satisfying movement you can get in this game. That is until the entire team shoots you, but a move stolen straight from an anime, and a tornado that is so dog shit, you might as well never use it, even if they are 1 HP. Imp has some dirty guns that deal a little bit of damage and a bee's dick amount of health, but he's pretty small and fast, so I guess it makes up for it. Little Dwarf Man has a gravity bomb, a mech that has other abilities when entered, and a move that shoots everything around you. An ability Overwatch would shamefully steal years later. Gen 1 zombies are not very in depth. Their guns just shoot, you know, they just shoot far, that's just about it. Some of them have bullet drop, but Scientist is a healer, even though no one ever fucking plays him to heal you. So you'll sit there the entire game wondering, why am I on 30 HP? They have a heal meter that is considered very annoying when 2 of them are healing at the same time. I believe this is majestically called bumming. A sticky grenade that explodes and can heal zombies, and teleport. All-Star places a dummy down that is fuck all protection and is pretty useful for blocking you and only you. A very sad and emotional imp punt, and a shoulder charge that sends you to sadden when hit. Soldier's the most broken default variant in the entire game. It is one of the most fun abilities in the game in the ZPG. Phase, I am expecting a recruitment form within the next 24 hours. A Juke class gas bomb, and a rocket jump. A turret that can fuck off. A jackhammer that hard counters Chomper burrows and can stun them and pull them out of the ground. So basically, if you don't like Chomper, play Engineer. He's just a Chomper repellent. Now onto the Gen 2 plants. Citron shoots a laser beam that deals little but consistent damage and pretty tanky and slow. An extremely nice shield, a stun, and a ball mode that gives you 2 extra moves when entered. You can speed boost in it, and you can strike your opponents. Rose is probably the hardest character in the game to play, in my opinion, simply because of a bullet drop. It's the most age shit you'll ever do in an entire video game. Nonetheless, she has an invulnerability mode, time snare that just stuns, and you can turn people into goats, so pretty epic stuff. thumbs up out of me. Korn is just a discount soldier that is slower and has more HP, to be honest, but he has a mega shot, an airstrike, and the second most controversial ability in the game. This shit is the equivalent to getting slapped in the face by a wet eel. Oh, you got on 1 HP? Well, how about you suck this kernel cock? Now to the Gen 1 plants. First up, we got my boy Chomper. Only real men play Chomper on the space map where he can't do shit, and that's on God. Group projectile that slows the opponent a lot and disables their abilities. A spike weed that freezes them in place and does naughty things to them. And last but definitely least, the Burrow. Burrow itself isn't that bad considering you can jump on a 2-foot ledge and they just can't do anything. But the reason it's the most hated ability in the game is because of the mid-air Burrow. And it's not ping, trust me. Whoa! To all the people hating on Chomper, seems like a skill gap to me. Now on to the most broken plant in the game. All of the variants are the most broken. There's like one bad variant, Pea Shooter. Changed my mind. Pea Shooter has the most annoying ability in the game because jumping up and down is just not fun to verse. Now on to the other support, Sunflower. People actually, believe it or not, people actually use this support character to heal. She's just like Scientist, she has a heal beam, she also has a stational healer in a pot plant. Scientist can also do this with just switching his abilities because there are also different abilities in the game. She also has Sunbeam, which is a little bit like Pea Shooter's Gatling, but just a little bit more broken in my opinion. Cactus. Cactus shoots spikes and holy shit. Only the most brain-lit idiots play this character. I guarantee that from one socially inept person to another, you are the bigger bitch. I'm not even gonna read out your abilities. Fuck you. Now what comes along with all these variants come different attack moves. And some of them are really fucking broken. Oh, what's that? You wanted to have a friendly long-range fight? Well, how about you take this 50 damage and shut the fuck up. There's also legendary characters that are mostly broken as fuck and definitely need some reworking. Party characters are just your default variant, but when they get enough kills and they fill that meter up, you're fucked. Toxic Brains is broken in all the ways imaginable and will make you send a hammer into your monitor before the game ends. Iron Citron has insanely broken stats, but will inevitably get targeted by the entire lobby. Commando Corn is pretty boring, being base corn with a meter that just gives him better shooting when full. Computer Scientist will make you refund the game. Disco Chomper is the worst legendary, and God bless your soul if you get this piece of dog shit as your first legendary. Gallywag Imp is played by no one in the game. There's also some fun side missions / extras you can do as well, such as doing the Trials of Nomez, and holy shit, this sucks. I would rather watch Mexican cartel beheadings for a week straight than try and do this shit again. And unfortunately, that's the only way to get Torchwood and Hovergoat 3000. Torchwood is okay, but he's beefy and he gets targeted to oblivion, and Hovergoat is actually pretty good. You can also find all 54 golden gnomes in online matches and offline to unlock some extremely underwhelming amount of money, but at least the gnomes sing for you. It can take a while unless you just want to glitch in there with All-Star, but you didn't hear that from me. There are many game modes online, but Turf Takeover is probably the most played. Basically, one team tries to take 6 points on the map while the other team tries to defend. Defend 1 point and you win, right? Well, sometimes the problem with that is sometimes your team will just not try and capture a point, leaving you in a 1v12. For a true gamer like me, that's no problem of course, but for some poor innocent player to go through that, it's just not fair. So how can you fix this problem? You leave the match. Or lose. The play base online isn't that bad, especially after all these videos of there being cheaters everywhere you look. I only found one in my years of playing on PlayStation and PC. I mean, do you think you would load into a match and find someone walking on mid-air, one-tapping everyone? There's also an in-game talking chat that just doesn't work for some people, and I tend to be one of those people. So thanks guys, thanks.